Could a notorious serial killer be to blame for taking away a local mother of 4? It has been nearly 17 years without answers for her family. Tonight in Unsolved, Florida, a look at what happened to Bobbi Jean.
It has been a little scary because you never know what's going on, and just to see that it's right across from where we work at is really shocking.
October 1st, 2007. A grisly discovery off the beaten path in the Tallahassee woods brings 2.5 years of wondering to a close.
They just left her like she was trash in the woods, like she was an animal, that she didn't matter.
But begins an entirely new chapter, empty of closure.
You can't find peace until you find all the pieces.
Elaine Tew still lives in the Chiefland home where she raised her family.
I love this one because this is her with her brothers.
Her only daughter, Bobbi Jean Tew, was born June 22nd, 1971, the second of 4 kids. An animal lover who fell in love with a guy she met at the local bowling alley.
She was always looking for somebody actually to love her. Of course, then John came along and she loved him till the day she died.
She was really outgoing, funny. She never met a stranger.
They married young and moved to Monticello, had 4 children together before tragedy struck the first time. The youngest, baby Casey, passing away at 2 months from SIDS, something that seemed to spark a change in Bobbi Jean.
That happened, she went a little wild.
The people she was hanging out with, I was scared of what I thought would have happened.
By the time 2005 rolled around, she and John were divorced. And even though he had custody of the kids a majority of the time, she was always in touch. Until
she hadn't called us in a long time, and she was supposed to take me to a Kenny Chesney concert after my birthday.
It was after Bobbi missed her daughter's 10th birthday. They knew something was very wrong. The family turning to the local news to try and find her.
If she's out there, you know, that she really needs to get in contact to let the kids know that she's all right.
The family taking in Bobbi's pets left abandoned at her home.
This is my cat that my mama gave me, and I found it at my mama's house.
Years passed without any answers until around 3 p.m. on October 1st, 2007, a man on a footpath in a transient area noticing a pair of white sneakers, then a skull.
Looking at the scene, we started locating more kind of bones scattered throughout.
Lieutenant Brendan Bruner of the Leon County Sheriff's Office says deputies did a thorough job back then, combing through the Florida dirt and debris for days. Dental records and DNA later confirming what they already knew.
Investigators say the skeletal remains discovered last week in a wooded area of Tennessee Capitol Boulevard are those of Bobbi Jean Tew.
We're just sad.
Caitlin Jackson, now grown with children of her own.
Sorry.
Just a young girl when her mother Bobbi was laid to rest on a Friday afternoon in November. The sun shining as Bobbi was placed in the back corner of an old cemetery right next to baby Casey.
She used to say Casey was the brightest star in the sky, and now there's 2 bright stars up there.
The family stopping to grieve, but for detectives, the work only just beginning.
Time's definitely not on your side with something like that.
Detectives say this makeshift footpath is heavily used by residents to cut from local businesses to a mobile home park behind. That's where they believe Bobbi was headed when whatever happened happened. Her body then dragged roughly 25 yards off into the brush, where it lay for more than 2 years before being discovered. Police put together a timeline of her final known moments. She caught a ride from an auto repair shop in Midway to this mobile home park off Tennessee Street.
Nobody could really provide us with any sort of information.
Based on the condition of Bobbi's body, detectives believe she had likely been there since around the time she stopped calling her family.
I believe that you can narrow it down within just that couple-day period that she was reported missing, that she was probably killed.
And while the medical examiner didn't find any noticeable trauma, there were some indications it was a homicide.
There was some duct tape located on the scene that was attached to her. The body was kind of lying face down.
However, any leads they had didn't take them very far. Bobbi's ex-husband, a boyfriend, the person who gave her a ride and the man who found her all ruled out. The case quickly growing cold. At one point, Crime Stoppers even printing her face on playing cards that were distributed to inmates at the Leon County Jail in hopes someone might come forward with information. No one ever did. In 2017, 10 years after her remains were found, Lieutenant Bruner pulled it from the cold case file and made an eerie connection.
I was working with a gentleman over at the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and we realized that Sam Little was kind of in that same area that Bobbi Jean was located.
Samuel Little, the notorious serial killer known for his photographic memory and drawings of his victims, liked to sneak up behind vulnerable women before strangling them with his bare hands. He confessed more than 90 murders across the nation to a Texas Ranger.
They was broke and homeless, and they walked right into my spider web.
Little was at one time a well-documented at-large resident of Tallahassee.
We can actually put him all over that area at the time Bobbi Jean went missing in 2005.
Sheriff's records show he was caught shoplifting from a grocery store, roughly 500 feet of where Bobbi's body was found about a month before she went missing. Lieutenant Bruner's detective work uncovering the title of a car Little purchased just down the street within days of her disappearance.
That to me was kind of almost like an aha moment.
A handwritten list of killings made by Little and published in an LA Times article even appears to state he killed someone in Tallahassee. Investigators eager to question him about the case, but that's when it went cold again.
Bobbi Jean was specifically brought up to Mr. Little, who denied seeing or knowing Bobbi Jean or anything of that nature.
We requested a transcript of the exchange from the Texas Department of Public Safety, but it was denied. The state's attorney general ruling the Samuel Little files regarding specific people are exempt from disclosure. Little died in December 2020, taking whatever secrets he still held within him to the grave.
When that lead went away, the case again went, cold.
Without a definitive answer, the case remains unsolved, but the family finds solace in remembering.
I have her personality. Like, I can get along with anybody.
And in the details Bobbi left behind.
She had it when they found her.
In those woods beside her body was a Scooby-Doo lunchbox, something she was known to use as a purse.
One detective at one point was at least nice enough to tell me that those concert tickets were in her lunchbox when they found her. So she didn't go without me.
And Bobbi's mother leaving her own mark where her body was found. A cross and a message to those who pass by.
I hope that out of this horrible place, one day some beautiful flowers will grow and take away the ugliness of what happened to her there.
Holding on to hope, Bobbi's case will one day be solved.
It's like a puzzle, there's that one piece that's missing.
And a family can have closure at last. And the Leon County Sheriff's Office tells me they haven't had a lead in years. Without Little's confession, they're open to any other possibilities that might come about. Anyone with information is asked to
forward. You can make an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers by calling 850-574-TIPS. That's 850-574-TIPS. We'll be right back.